blood orange morning, we hardly slept. Polished chrome, tinted glass, the way you looked then. We slept with our heads together, we had the same dream. Cityscape and the chipped door paint. Hit the roof of the car, driving through the yellow light. Golden glow reflecting your smile in the night. I'll let your red shotgun as the sun is fading. Oh, we'll get out of here, baby. Out on the lakeside, where we stopped to rest, 1,000 miles from home, but we never felt this close. We'll start a new life in a new kind of light, where the water's never murky and the sky is clear. We slept with our heads together, we had the same dream. New town in the window of a train. Going 85 under the street lights. Empty freeway in the middle of the night. I'll let you DJ lean the seat back, you know you get car sick like that. It gets cold when we run. Pray for an early sun. Timeless and patience in the light. We dance together all night. We slept with our heads together. We had the same dream. A new town in the window of a tree. Going 85 under the street lights. Empty freeway in the middle of the night. I'll let you DJ lean the seat back, even though you get car sick like that.
Shadows on the walls of your skin. I can tell you're lying from the way you're breathing. Shadows on the walls of your sin. Why do I keep trying when I know I can't win? You crystallize, they crystallize me. I'm paralyzed, you crystallize me. You crystallize, they crystallize. 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 Shadows on the walls of your skin. You crystallize, they crystallize me. Shadows on the walls of your sin. I'm paralyzed, you crystallize me. You crystallize, they crystallize me. Crystallize me.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another True North stream, an action-packed one here for you tonight. My name is Phaser, joined on the desk today by the lovely, not really Evan. Evan, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. I mean, it's always a good night when you can have a Phaser Not Really Evan cast, and I think it's going to be a good game as well. You know, one of the last games of this main regular season, and I think we've been blessed with a good matchup tonight. The Mother Lovers and Team Skyline, or just Skyline, in this case. You know, it's complicated when we have both a Team Skyline and you know what I mean. But with that, either way, Skyline, I mean, both these teams coming in with really, really solid records, doing a really, really good job this season. And, you know, it's always good when you have this sort of upper echelon talent. You're fighting each other on stream, two championship fighters, almost, you could say.
Exactly, and you know, like we said, we get a little mixed up because there's two Skylines in the main division, but this Skyline is reaching for a different tier. They're reaching for that advanced division, right? They are on the brink of playoffs right now. They are right in the heat of things. A good push in their last six matches, 4-2 in their last six. So they're hoping to kind of separate themselves as Skyline number one. But you know, they are, you know, they're not there just yet, and they have a really tough opponent and a hot opponent coming in tonight in the Mother Lovers.
Yeah, this Mother Lovers team coming in 9-4. I mean, they've already secured a playoff spot as, you know, being 25th in the main division right now. And they've had some really, really good wins, even after a bit of a slow start to their season where they went 2-4, and now they won 7 in a row. I mean, they're clearly playing with a lot of momentum right now. They're playing their best Counter-Strike at this moment in time. And when you compare both of these teams and look at their lineups, the numbers, I mean, speak for themselves. I mean, these are two teams that have had really, really solid seasons, and when you sort of look at main competition, obviously there are a lot of teams that sort of get bunched up in some of these like middle placements. So Skyline and Mother Lovers doing a really good job at making sure they can distinguish themselves from the pack. And with our rosters of Jay, Fangs, Sin, what do, and Radar Orleo. I should have read this beforehand.
That's
and
okay.
On the others,
I think Radar works. Works.
You know, I'm gonna say there's no way I'm gonna be able to. I'd be tripping over myself the entire time. And then, is it Panday, Mild, Fuji, Buttermilk, and Pure Penguin? I mean, Pure Penguin. That sounds like a pure shooter, if you ask me. I think either way, I think this is gonna be a really, really good game. And thankfully, with some of our most recent streams, we've been treated to some really, really solid competition. I'm excited for this one. We'll talk about predictions later, but I really think this one could go either way.
Yeah, I think both of these teams, like you said, they're trying to separate themselves from the pack, right? So for the Mother Lovers, it's a good way to kind of cap off your season. Like we said, they're on a heater. Right now, they are on a 7-game win streak. That is crazy. They started season 2-4, a really, really rough start, but now at 9-4, they have locked themselves into basically a playoff spot, and they have had some pretty good wins. You know, we could talk about a few of their key wins that we marked down here. Banks Recovery Program, we saw them earlier this week on True North. Sapphire, 55th place in main division, and 311 49th. So they are comfortable against these kind of 50 to 75 range teams. So they are, I think, probably feeling pretty confident tonight. Whereas Skyline, you know, they have some pretty good wins against those kind of 50 to 60 range teams. Greg's new haircut, they're 53rd, and they beat Team Skyline 54th in main division. Not to be confused with Skyline. So they already own the Skyline name here in the main division, but they are trying to make something of it here and move up to that advanced division. But they have had some tough losses. We noted down a few tough losses against some really tough opponents, Fathom Gaming and Buck Nasty, 11th and 13th apiece there for those two. So both of these teams, you know, they faced a little bit of adversity this season, and they're trying to just end the season on a high note here before the playoffs start.
Yeah, and I think when you talk about these tough losses, I mean, obviously a loss is a loss no matter what way you slice it, but I think if you're fighting against these like really, really, tough teams, and I mean, we've seen Fathom on stream before, it's like we know what they're capable of. So to be able to compete with these guys, I think does show a lot of resilience. And I think maybe for Skyline, you might be coming into this game with a little bit of a chip on your shoulder. You're still trying to make sure you secure your place in these main playoffs. And at this point in the season, I mean, like literally every win counts. I mean, no more so than now, if this is your last one. And, they are going to need some big performances. And I can think of one guy who might give them a big performance. But before we get into our Canadian player highlight, we want to give a shout out to Third Sight. Third Sight is a Counter-Strike community organization based in Ottawa focused on bringing Canadian players together. They host in-person watch parties, create original content, and aims to be the go-to platform for Canadian Counter-Strike news, stories, and coverage. Actively building new environments and initiatives help grow the scene across the country, and are always looking for volunteers who want to get involved and support their mission. If you're in North America, especially Canada, make sure you visit them at thirdsight.org to learn more or join their Discord. Hopefully you do both. But with
Exactly.
that being said, we want to give a thank you to Third Sight. Let's take a look at who our Canadian highlight is going to be tonight. It is a member of Team Skyline. Or Skyline, I should say. That's really gonna.
It is a tough one. It is a
That's
tough
really
one.
gonna screw me up. That's two now. We'll have a counter going from Prod. It's Jay. Jay, really good performance in their most recent win. 19-10, a 112.8 ADR, headshot percentage of 68%, and then over the course of the season, hovering around a 1.0 KD ratio, solid ADR as well at 71. I mean, this guy, he's had a really good season for
Mhm.
Skyline. And I mean, if they want to make sure they win tonight, they need Jay to sort of tap into the magic he had in their most recent win. I mean, you don't need someone to necessarily drop 20 every time, but just constant production and solid ADR should be enough to get you past a team that also has some really good players on their side.
Yeah, and I think Jay is a good player for, Radar, their op IGL, to kind of deploy in different scenarios, right? Like you said, had a really nice game last time out, which was I think just yesterday, right? I think they played yesterday on the 20th. So they have a good opportunity here to kind of use these strong pieces such as Jay to kind of throw the mother lovers off of their track here as they look for their 10th win.
Yeah, I mean, it's time will tell. Unfortunately, in this case, we're getting super close, and we can start talking about maps pretty soon, I would think. But I think no matter what map you take either one of these teams, it's going to come down to the individual players. I mean, once you get to this sort of skill level, that's really all it comes down to. Like, we can assume that every team sort of has a lineup or an execute for each map that's in the pool. At least you would assume, right? So I think now it really is going to be who's coming in hungrier. I think for Skyline, that really has to be the story. I think these guys, like we mentioned before, might have a bit of a chip on their shoulder coming in, trying to fight and secure their place. So this win means a lot more to them than it would to the mother lovers, who would just, use this to sort of like pad the stats a little bit, maybe jump up a couple places, in main playoffs. But for Skyline, it's, you don't want to say a loss ends the season for you, but when you're sort of on the edge here, I mean, it does get a little hairy if you don't come out of this with a win.
Yeah, a little scary, but we're gonna have to figure out where these two teams play. We did our research, as always, with our partners over at Counterstrat, using their tool to analyze both of these teams' map veto patterns, and we kind of came up with, I think, let's see here. I think you and I both have maybe a different prediction as to where we're going, but there are a lot of tendencies we notice from both of these teams, especially Skyline. They love their Dust 2. 8 matches this season in ESEA on Dust 2. Now, Mother Lovers have only played it, I believe, once. So not super likely that we're going to see it. But, you found another map as well that you were pretty confident that we might be seeing tonight. Break it down for me here, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the stats, both of these teams love picking Nuke. For both these teams, that is their most picked map, at least given the Counter-Strat data. So I think that very much is a possibility to come through tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes through. Another one that looks like it might line up with is Overpass. I know that's what you think
Yeah.
is going to happen tonight, and I actually am kind of hoping for that as well. I mean,
Yeah.
we were going back to the VODs. We have yet to have Overpass on stream. I could have sworn we had at least one time, but I guess not. So will this be the debut of Overpass on True North Studios? I don't know. We'll have to wait a little bit, but I definitely think that's a possibility. Some wild cards. Always throw in the Mirage and Inferno. I think those are always pretty safe bets for wild cards. I'm confident in saying we're not going to see Ancient Anubis. Both these teams really don't like either of those maps, so I would really be shocked if either of those come through tonight. But I think it's going to be either Nuke or Overpass. So, I'll lock in Nuke if you want to take Overpass.
Okay.
I think it's got to be one of those two.
All right, well, the time has come. Let's see what map we are playing here tonight between Skyline and Mother Lovers, and it is Nuke, Evan, reigning supreme once again.
The data was just too strong in that way.
Yep.
We'll have to wait a little bit for Overpass. But hey,
Yep.
I'll take Nuke. I know Nuke is not your favorite to play, but
it is what it is.
I enjoy Nuke, and I like watching games on Nuke because I think out of all of the maps that are in the rotation, I think this one, you need to just think a little bit differently. It's the only one that really has the most verticality, and that just changes so many things. And you really get to see like who's a bit more prepared and who isn't as prepared very, very quickly in games of Nuke, because we always talk about how maps are, sometimes they're like T side or CT side. I feel like Nuke, it's a toss up depending on the team. It depends on if you can come in hot or cold. Sometimes the T's really dominate, sometimes it goes the opposite way. Based on these two teams, I don't really know, because they're both pretty proficient on this map. I think it's going to be close either way. Like, I had my prediction as a 13-7, but I can for Mother Lovers, I should say. But maybe it's going to be a little bit closer than that.
Yeah, I have it a little bit closer. I mean, you mentioned the 13-7 for Mother Lovers. I'm going with 13-11 for Skyline. I think that Mother Lovers, they're going to try and play spoiler a tiny bit here. Like, Skyline's still in that playoff mix, so a loss doesn't necessarily, I don't think, eliminate them completely, but it definitely will hurt their chances. So I think Skyline is going to have that hunger tonight. They are going to want this win more than I think almost anyone here in the main division looking at those standings. So I'm going with 13-11 for Skyline. And like you said, I think it does come down to the prep work, right? Nuke is just such a like you said, a vertical map, but it also has just so many points of contact, so many entry points, so many angles to watch as a CT. So another key thing that, we always see here in these best of ones is who's going to win that knife round and who picks up that CT side, because that CT side, you're responsible for all of those entry points. You're responsible for ramp. You're responsible for hut. You're responsible for the entirety of yard, making sure that secret is off limits. And you also have to watch the vent, right? So there's tons of ways that the T's can approach these bomb sites. So up to the prep work here for whoever decides to go for that CT side first here on Nuke.
And how many times do we talk about with these best of ones how important it is to get off to a hot start? And I think on a map like Nuke, especially, like you're saying, if you can't get off to a good start on CT and you start to fall behind in the eco race, it's really going to be tough, because like you said, there are so many points of contact, and then the util usage has to be perfect as well. I mean, you think about how many points you sort of have to defend, and if you're at CT that doesn't really have as much tools in your belt to really help with either retaking or holding a site, you're going to have a bad time. And, let's hope that neither of these teams have a bad time, because we're about to jump right in. We're going to get into that knife round. We'll see who's going to pick the side. Just getting right into it. Skyline and the Mother Lovers throwing it down on Nuke.
A little bit of a loop-de-loop going on here. One team went outside, Mother Lovers. Meanwhile, Skyline goes towards the ramp, and we're playing keep it. Wait, we're swapping spawns. Guys, I don't know if you know this or not, but the CT side, come on here. What the heck is going on?
What if they're going to send out, like, one person at a time?
Oh, like a gladiator fight.
Yeah, it's
here.
like a choose your champion type.
It's like a gladiator fight. I would be into that, honestly. Could this be the longest night fight? I already think we're at the longest night fight.
I think so. I mean, usually they don't last that long. I mean, they don't have this long to just dance around like this, boys. I mean, we got about a minute left to go here. But Clearly they know something we don't. Is there? Let me get a nice look at Radar's knife here. That's pretty nice. What do you guess the value?
Oh, the value. I don't know the value. The values they always get me, man. They always change. Okay, I'm confused because there's the CTs are standing in the exact spawn location.
Unless they're just content to stay on either side and they're just waiting out the timer, but that just seems like a waste of everyone's time.
You'd feel like you would just knife it out and then swap if you've already come to a decision. But I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I guess
this is a weird.
I guess
weird start here.
After this timer goes out, I mean, I think we're sort of in for a surprise as well because we don't really know what's happening.
10 seconds and nobody's moving. Unbelievable. Now our HUD does have to get a little swapped over here. That's all right. Sin and Jay and Radar and Co are.
All right. Well,
there we go.
Okay.
Round draw. Well, I don't know what that means. I don't think we've ever seen a knife draw here on True North. That's for sure. Here we are.
There's always a first for everything. But here we go. Round number 1. Skyline and the Mother Lovers for real this time. With feeling. Skyline gets set on the CT side. You would think that a team that's hungry to win, you're hoping that they can get off to a hot start, but I think it's really going to be... The tone is going to be set with this pistol.
Oh, we need a swap. We need a swap. I see Jay on the Mother Lovers. That's all right. That's all right. Wait,
okay.
now.
Well,
okay. I thought for some reason we were back in the knife round. I'm all out of whack here.
The HUD's playing tricks on it. We're already off kilter.
That's all right.
Off to a rough start here, but that's okay. We'll go through and Mother Lovers looking to take space in the lobby. I mean,
there we are.
A execute going to come through as what do and the rest of the gang. They've crashed into this A site. The Skyline just not anywhere close. I mean, Buttermilk trying to find a pick from the heavens. It's good to find one goal, but this Mother Lovers respond with a couple, and it's just complete chaos. Now as Mild finds the final headshot, Mother Lovers somehow defend and take it through.
Bomb didn't even get down for Skyline either. That's the rough part.
I mean, the Heaven player goes unchecked, unfortunately, and nobody from Skyline able to replant the bomb. And a little bit of a correction there. Skyline going to be starting on the T side. In this case, not the CT side. So for the Mother Lovers, they're off to the start that they're looking for, and they scrape out a win in first pistol and look to add a little bit more.
Outside angles being taken here by Skyline. Oh, that's a great made. Great piece of util right there. Pure Penguin, he's going to be up to big task here. Jay finds the first frag here in round number 2 with the Glock. Is going to get graded out by Penguin and Fuji, and Fangs on the scout. Able to make this a 3-3 fight here with 1:15 left on the clock. Weapons advantage for sure, still in favor of the Mother Lovers here. And Skyline, they've kind of locked themselves here into garage, so they're going to have to creep out. But Fuji's going to have free reign, and he's going to find all 3. A headshot on the first one, but some body shots to clean it up. That's 2 for the Mother Lovers here.
Definitely an interesting call there to take space in garage there, because like you said, you're kind of caught in a weird spot. You know, there's not really anywhere for you to rotate out of. I mean, the call was made, is like the Mother Lovers know where they are, so it's just fish in a barrel at that point, just being patient. And Skyline, they find a couple early picks, but not able to capitalize. But at least now they can buy into this round. Some AKs on the board for the Mother Lovers, keeping a lot of the same weapons. I think they're just trying to maybe build up the Seacon, really focus on utility. I mean, look at just the absolute plethora of utility they're bringing to the table in this one. So they're going to be able to do a lot, even though the weaponry might not look as strong on their side.
Yeah, up close and personal here on towards Redbox. It's not going to fare very well for Panda. What do finds the first kill with the Molly and Sin through the smoke as well. So Skyline is teed up here for their first. The AKs come out. You're going to pay some good prices here for Skyline, but They're going to take their time. They're not going to rush into things. These SMGs, they can be deadly up close, and better to take your time and make your way across yard comfortably as they head down towards Secret.
I almost wonder if you're the Mother Lovers, if this is almost an intentional
Oh.
save. I mean, like, you look at the money where it is right now, you probably accept that you're most likely going to lose this round. Finding a couple picks on the way out might not be as bad because you're still going to be able to buy pretty nicely into round number 4, assuming you do lose this round, although mild.
This is
Definitely
big.
has a chance to make an impact here. He's not going to be good for everybody, but depending on the timing, I think it's by multiple, but what do with a much better shot to shut that play down as now the Mother Lovers, it's all Fuji left holding the bag in this 1v5, and I think if you're Fuji, you're just trying your best to at least find something. The bomb is going to go down regardless. Not much you can do in this situation. Just try and find a couple exits, put some more cash in your pocket, and try and prep for this next round.
Yeah, I think Fuji's just going to try and catch one of these Skyline players off guard. I mean, they are low HP, so the MP7 can put in some...
You can do some
You
work.
can do some damage here. If you can walk away with an AK here, it's a good consolation prize, but I don't think he's going to expect Fangs ready in the corner. Skyline finds there first, and they do it flawlessly.
And they needed that. I
Yeah.
mean, a couple rough starts for this game, and responding with a nice win. You're able to buy into it. You're comfortable now. You've gotten one underneath yourself, so really good for momentum's sake as the Econ's still looking good across the Skyline side, and more util now to bring in. And for the Mother Lovers, I mean, you sort of gamble on the fact that you're most likely going to lose and you're going to save a little bit for this more important round
Here we
4,
go.
but the way the money is, this could be a little bit devastating if they're not able to walk away with a solid win. And with Skyline already barreling down to the B site, and that's a missed shot coming through for the Mother Lovers who find the answer, but Pure Penguin not able to clean up Fangs, and this B site still not locked down. Mother Lovers.
This is so strange. They seem to be just trading places. One team goes down the vents, the other one slips down after. It was Skyline to go down first, and now into the 3v3. Skyline had taken this site so easily, but now they're locked out. Fuji and Mild up in the Raptors position. Meanwhile, Buttermilk hanging out towards ramp, potentially waiting for somebody to come by, and Mild is going to take out Sin, and now Jay and Radar left up into the clutch. And just like that, Mother Lovers, they respond after dropping their first round.
Yeah, really good rotations back into the site. I mean, that is such a nasty crossfire that is set up when you have control of Raptors like that. I mean, there's just not much you can do if you're the T's in that case, especially if you don't have the util to try and clear out these Raptors players. You're just walking in to a meat grinder, essentially. And the Mother Lovers, I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that. And definitely good to see them retaliate after missing a couple shots. But Skyline still able to buy in. They do still have rifles online, although Sin has bottomed out. But they want to hope to wrestle this momentum back. This is going to be another key win early if they want to stay in this series.
Yeah, this is going to be a big round here for the economy. Skyline's going to need to find a way to either make it expensive or shorten up this deficit to 1. Flashes are going to pull these players off. Sin is good for the entry. Finds one onto Pure Penguin, and Fuji and Panda nearby. Oh my goodness.
How did
Great
he
spot.
know?
Great spot. Must have just spotted the top of the head of Sin, and Mild activates as well. Finds one onto Jay. And now the Mother Lovers with an advantage 4-3 in terms of lives.
And I'm loving how the Mother Lovers are using the verticality against Skyline. We've seen how impactful these picks can be when they have control of Heaven, when they have control of Raptors on B. And for Skyline, it's just so hard to fight that. You guys got to look up a little bit, to try and fight these players, because you're just so cooked if you can't find that. Although Fangs, he's cooking a little bit. Finds Bile before getting traded out, but not a great situation. You've left your teammate in as what do? He's asking, what do I do in this 1v3? He does find some shots that connect, but Dragnet is going to close in, and the Mother Lovers find round number 4 and are looking very, very comfortable to start.
Oh, a little split up right there from Skyline. They just got down a little early. I like this timeout call. It kind of recenters the team. I mean, the money is in a little bit of a rough spot right now. So interesting kind of buy. I wonder if they're going to kind of rush potentially just to get a round over with, try and get a couple of kills maybe towards ramp or down into the vents once again. Difficult part is if they're not going to get any kills, the Mother Lovers are going to be able to carry over these AKs for as long as they please. And it looks like literally nothing coming out of the pockets here of Skyline. So a full save, the pure definition of it here in round number 6.
And this is where it really starts to get a little bit hairy, especially for Skyline. You know, we mentioned how if you fall behind in this eco chase, you're going to have a rough time, and we can assume that they're most likely going to lose this round, although not impossible, right? But it's definitely going to be an uphill battle for Skyline. They're really going to have to try and do something to get the Mother Lovers a little bit uncomfortable and maybe put them in some awkward situations. We'll see what they're trying to do as Jay, on the opposite side of Squeaky, is going to open it to try and get this push going. Flash is out, but it's going to be Buttermilk to find the first one onto Fangs, and that's going to stall out Skyline as now the jig is up. They know where they're coming from. Mild with another one, and Jay, I mean, you're caught in a tough spot. You almost find the flick, but not able to get it done is what do, once again, left in an impossible situation. Mother Lovers do lose 1, but they find 5 and are still looking pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean, Skyline, I think the idea was good there. It's just the positioning and the weapons are gonna benefit Mother Lovers, of course, right? So just kind of wipe away that one. That one didn't really count. Rifles back on the board. Yeah. Just never happened. Back with some like good chunk of util. Full rifles on the board now. I really like some of these rounds. These openers from Skyline have been really good, but just haven't been able to follow through completely and toss them here in these later phases of their attacks.
Yeah, not able to close rounds, I think, is the best way to really say it. Although, gonna help if you have some more util on your side. Some mollies going through this. Hut push coming through once again. Full flash as Buttermilk left on a bit of an island in heaven, but he's gonna swing out. Not able to clean up, though, is what do before getting traded out. He's gonna say, how do you do, in Eric Collins style, as Skyline still fighting. Small numbers advantage right now. Pure Penguin and Panda still left, although you do have the op in the Mother Lover's hands. You would think that has to be the big impact point if you're the Mother Lovers, but I think if Pure Penguin goes down, I think that has to be it. You have to save the op in the situation, potentially, and I think Skyline knows this. They're expecting this Heaven player, Fangs, trading shots, is going to back up, but Penguin, he's going to have to go a little bit quicker. I mean, you don't have the time, and he's going to fall, and that will be another round for Skyline as Mother Lovers are forced to save this op.
I would be hunting this op now that you know what's on the board, but I think they're just not going to be able to find a way to get over there. It's an awkward kind of route that you have to take out of the bomb site, especially with that smoke down. So Skyline's going to be happy enough with their second here on the T side, and Panda's going to bring the op into round number 8, and the money's still good here for the Mother Lovers, so they're able to buy up as we hit a quick little tech pause. Oh, Fuji's gonna disconnect real quick. He fought so hard that round. He's 10-3, a great start for Fuji, and he just needs a quick little game reset probably to get things back on track here.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen these before. I could have sworn we had another brief tech pause or a match pause early on in one of these rounds. So we'll wait and see where it goes from there. Hopefully it's nothing too serious and Fuji will join us soon. I think for the Mother Lovers, they're hoping he comes back because he's he's been the guy right now. I mean, you said it, 10-3. Oh, there he is. Just,
There he is.
You know, speak of
Speak
the
of
devil, and he shall appear as
He
as
shall
Fuji
appear.
back in. And I mean, like we were saying, he's been the X factor. I mean, this guy has just been everywhere for them and getting it done. And haven't really seen, you know, an X factor for Skyline yet. It's more of a balanced attack with everyone sort of hanging out in the same range. And I think for Skyline, maybe you do need a little bit of a boost. Maybe you do need someone to try and step up and just play just a little bit harder to try and break through, because, you know, you're only down 3, yes, but Mother Lovers, they're still playing with a lot of momentum, and the money is still good and the off is still in their hands. So I think for Skyline, this is another critical round just for momentum's sake, because you can't afford to let that pendulum swing back the other way, as it were.
Down into the vents they go, and Mild finds 2 with the J and Sin. Just like we were talking about, Skyline's had some good openers. That is a perfect one right there for Mild. Skyline's had success getting down into vents, but after getting down, they haven't really been able to capitalize. What do? It's going to bring this back ever so slightly. Penguin's up here in control room. He's going to have a pretty good idea. The timing
for
towards
ramp.
He knows. Fangs knows this. Oh, now he knows for sure. The
Now
smoke is
definitely.
deployed. What do as well finds another one, and Mother Lovers just like that. They've collapsed from a 4v3 into a 3v2. Panda, what kind of magic can he work here? Finds the shot onto what do. 50 seconds left now. Skyline has to get this bomb down.
The radar coming through on the other side of smoke, and Panda just getting up a little too close. Is now Mild left by his lonesome. He's gonna have to make a spicy play for Mother Lovers to try and get this one through. It's gonna come through. Frag out, HE out as well. He's gonna tag radar quite a bit, and he's gonna be able to pick up the kill as well. Upgrade to the AK, but not good to find. Fangs backing up towards Dark and Skyline. We said it was a critical round. They find the op and the win, and what a big round for this T-sided Skyline squad.
Beautiful attempt there from the Mother Lovers to bring that one back from the depths. But I think the momentum's swinging a little bit here. The buy is going to be not as strong as it has been. A couple of MP9s in the hands of Mild and Buttermilk, and a few rifles on the board. But the op is going to go over to radar, and Panda, oh, a great shot, and that's the op down early. It's Panda to find 2 out in that yard, and now Skyline, they're just gonna have to default and let this round play out.
Yeah, those are critical losses to start this round if you're Skyline. And now for the Mother Lovers, I mean, the playbook is open right now. You know, you're expecting a default. The ramp push does come through, making a lot of noise. They're going to be clip-clopping their way over towards this B site. Or maybe not. Maybe a bit of phantom pressure being sent out to try and draw out some of these defenders.
They're gonna meet him here
as we rotate back through trophy. But I mean, you're rotating, I mean, right into 2 Mother Lovers right now, and I don't think Skyline, they're ready for this, as Sin just gets absolutely deleted by Panda, and now you're really in a tough spot with these last 2 players. What do you do if you're what do?
Really? Well, I know what you do. You find a headshot onto Fuji
Yeah,
into lobby. That's a good opener. Crack open that ace sight, but Mild. The MP9 headshot onto Jay. What do? Can you work some magic here? Panda had 3 kills, was on for the ace. Mild steals it, and What do's gonna need the ace for round number 4 here for Skyline. Waiting nearby ladder here. Yeah. Penguin takes the headshot and finds the 6th here for Mother Lovers. A light buy, but doesn't matter to them. They found their way to their 6th.
Yeah, and still looking really, really strong. I mean, I want to talk about Mild. I mean, how many times has this guy come up huge and made some really big shots for the Mother Lovers? I mean, we talked about how Fuji was making an impact, but this guy also really having a solid game for the squad. This 1-2 punch has been really lethal for this Mother Lovers team, and they showed out again, and I'm looking to see more in round number 10 as we get things off to a hot start here. Penguin just absolutely spraying and praying through the smoke. Nade out as well. Hot spot to the deagle, and he's going to find one. while being flashed. Anna's going to back up like a smooth criminal. The Mother Lovers just absolutely bombard Skyline and cruise to a 7th round win.
Jeez, stalled out there by the smoke and the headshot opener with the deagle, and from there it's just disaster for Skyline. Their T side has had some sparks, but just not able to be completely coherent here. Moving into round number 11 now. If you can just end this half at 8-4 or 7-5, that's kind of obviously the sweet spot for you, but I don't know, it feels like they're missing one kind of thing each round. It's either they're missing the entry or they're missing the bomb plant, and right now they're missing their heads as Pure Penguin flies. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness, out the smoke they go, and it's just a shooting gallery. Radar, last one left here for Skyline, and not gonna find anything. That's 8 for the Mother Lovers, and this one's getting pretty out of hand very quickly here for Skyline.
Yeah, and I mean, that was basically the same play that they ran last time, and I think Mother Lovers, they just read it. And, you know, it's just that easy for them. I mean, you get a couple picks while blind for Pure Penguin, and it's just, like you said, it's a shooting gallery. I mean, Skyline, you mentioned how they've been missing some pieces, and, you know, we're really starting to see that come to fruition as we get into the dregs of half number 1, because, like you said, they're a bit sparse, but you're just missing something. Either someone is not making a big play, you're missing maybe a rotation or some util usage. Something just isn't fully clicking with the Skyline team, and I think already, I mean, you're getting into some dangerous territory. You dug yourself into a considerable hole, and
Radar is down in vents. He went down secret immediately. Flash is gonna come out. Hey, he's gonna find one sin with the jumping Mac 10 headshot, and Skyline finds some life here. See, this is big because Radar was able to get down Squeaky, and that nade out towards Yard just was a little late, and that activated Radar. Is gonna find 2 here. What a huge positioning advantage Skyline has found here. Of course, 2 great frags over by the vent position. This has been their most complete round here on the T side. They've just been able to move fast, and they've also been able to frag. They've been able to do one or the other here in these 3 wins, and it's come together for more likely than not their 4th as Buttermilk exits out of this ramp and gonna get shot down.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out incredibly nicely for Skyline there, and maybe we were a little bit confused about Radar's positioning there and what that was going to look like, but it ended up paying off because you have this advanced scout, you know, this intel to give you the word that B is clear, and the ramp play comes through. Great flash, by the way. I think that was probably the reason they ended up winning that round. So it finally comes through, but is it too little too late for Skyline? I think if you win the pistol, you're looking good, but everything hinges on if you can open your CT side with a pistol.
Same strategy here for the Mother Lovers. They're just gonna rush out A, but this time the bomb is gonna get down. A different kind of execute coming in for Mother Lovers. Panda's gonna get up close and just gonna hold them off here. Time is of the essence
for this fight. First pick is going to go the way of Skyline, but Mother Lovers respond with 2, and Panda not able to clean that one up. And the CTs, they find the pistol win that they desperately needed. It's going to be Radar to get the defuse eventually, and I mean, what a way to start. The first consecutive round wins for Skyline in this game or from a long time. It feels like so long ago if it happened, but either way, they have momentum on their side now. You find a win, you should be able to get this one here to at least cut the deficit to 2 rounds.
We gotta get a check. I think the observer can hear us. I need a tab check on whether or not we've seen Hold tab for like 5 seconds, observer. I know you can hear me. I need to be able to know if that was the Skylines consecutive. Please. They must. Please.
Well,
Guys.
we gotta hold on that.
Talking
now,
to the
I
void
guess.
here. Oh no.
Okay, I can hear you.
Okay. At least somebody can hear me.
Yeah, I got you. I will say though, it was a little bit concerning. I mean, ooh,
Oh.
nice shots from Panda, but it was maybe a little bit concerning for Skyline as to how quickly the T's crashed into the site. I mean, they were nowhere to be found at the start of that, but they're lucky that they were able to hit some of these crucial shots. And only Panda knew that that wallbang did connect onto Fangs, but we move on as Jay now. It's gonna be kind of back up a little bit here. It's good to find Penguin, but not. Ooh, he's just gonna dodge for the raindrops to get down through the vent. More picks coming through, but the Mother Lover's hitting some really nice shots with these deagles, and I think for Skyline, this is starting to get a little bit tense as we get into the dregs of this 14th round.
Sin is in a really good position though. He's gonna spot one onto Mild, and they have no util to flush Sin out, so they're just gonna drop down into the vent and they're gonna go towards this B site, but bomb is gonna go down. The only disadvantage here for Mother Lovers is the weaponry, as Skyline has all 3 rifles on the board. Jay's gonna find one, and that's gonna basically wrap things up here.
But at least they got the bomb down.
Yeah,
I
that's the
think
key.
That's something, but like you said, it's just the weaponry was not there. But they still make it a little bit more expensive for Skyline as they're fighting back. That's 3 in a row now in a team that really looked a little bit lost in their first half on the T side, but really starting to string together some positive momentum on their CT side. But we'll see what the Mother Lovers can do, and now that they've got rifles on the board and a considerable amount of utility to go with it.
Hey,
Oh, there's your tab check.
There we go. So Skyline did get 2 consecutive,
Okay.
but they technically have, you know, I don't know. Their T side just doesn't feel. It didn't feel like that. I can understand what you mean by like not fully
Look at this though.
seeing it. Jay. Oh my.
Wow.
Hello?
All right. All right, young man. Let's see how we're moving here. And
Holy.
round number 15 is both teams trading kills to start. Jay, though, he's going to hear all of this in this position. Is going to slide out Panda, and not good to finish the pick on the Fuji, as now space is created for the Mother Lovers, and B, it's free real estate now as Buttermilk gets this plant down, and with rifles in hand now, they're going to be much better equipped to defend the site than the last time we saw them down here.
I'm gonna smoke the left side of ramp. That's gonna hold off what do and Sin as they come down towards that side. Fangs is in a good position here. 2 players over by control room. They all have kits, so time is of the essence here as they stroll onto site, but Fuji and Buttermilk, they're gonna make things very difficult, and Sin gonna have to think of another round here.
I think that's a smart play at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, you know you're going to lose it anyway. You might as well keep the rifle. The money is still decent as well, so you could potentially buy a teammate if you need to. Probably radar in this situation. You're going to take a timeout as well to think things over, but great response from the Mother Lovers after, you concede a little bit of momentum, but they're able to get it back, and I really like how aggressively they take space. It's right after a kill. They just explode forward and are not afraid to potentially ego swing or make a lot of noise in order to take space. We've seen that a couple times on their T side, and it benefits them finally, now that they have rifles in hand. And I think with the chance to potentially build this up and snowball this, I think we're going to see a continuing aggression in this T-sided team once we get out of this timeout.
Yeah, this is going to be really tough for Skyline because not only are they super broke here in round number 16, the loss bonus isn't going to be great for them. So
you're asking a lot of Sin.
Yeah, you're asking a lot out of Sin here, but the hard part really is, can you make it expensive for mother lovers, and are you going to? Okay, that's a good opener.
They read the boost and still couldn't complete it. As Sin is good to find pick number 10, but meanwhile, Mild's gonna start creeping his way down secret. He's gonna scout ahead. Skyline, they do respond, rotate 3 down towards B, make that 4. As Sin joins his teammates now, and the rest of Mother Lovers, yard completely under their control. And let's see what they do with it. Do have a lot of util to work with if they want to potentially make a rotation, but I think they're probably going to commit to the secret play.
Oh, I don't know. The smoke is going to go down for Panda over by yard, and Flash is going to clear out garage. So they're taking this space here, and they've noticed.
Here it comes.
They've called it. 45 seconds left on the clock. No noise being made by Skyline. So this A site is going to be taken for free. Radar up alone in heaven, but this Deagle has to find immense value if they even want a chance at this. And they're not even taking a peek right now. Radar is just waiting for any player to exit out of main. Meanwhile, the rest of Skyline rotates back up through ramp to regroup here and potentially waterfall out of heaven.
Well, they're going to have to. And I mean, you're asking a lot of Radar. I mean, this would be a big moment for him. You know, he's lowest amount of kills for Skyline. You're asking a lot, but oh my goodness, he had it set up perfect. Thankfully, he's able to at least find Mile, but that should have been a gimme right there. Buttermilk cleans it up as now the rest of the Mother Lovers still trying to stave off these reaggressing CTs. Nice find for Skyline as Fangs coming through Hut. Good to find another, but this time, Bougie, you just have to play do-si-do around the A site to delay as much as possible. You even find another pick on your way out. The Mother Lovers, they find a way to get it done. They hit double digits. Sin forced to save again. I mean, the lost bonus wasn't great, like you said, but you're at least able to get a little bit. You invest into an op for Radar, but it was close. Skyline almost got it done.
Made it expensive at least. So Mother Lover is gonna there's a knife in the back. Panda's already down to 39 HP. So you guys, hey, Skyline's gonna take everything they can get at this point. It has to find something. What I've just been noticing between both of these teams here in this match is just the ease at which they are taking some of these crucial choke points. Like here it comes again. Panda down secret. Oh, never mind.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have had that knife in the back.
Maybe, yeah. The knife in the back.
We shouldn't be knifing our teammates in spot. No, just a thought. But
oh my!
You find
God.
the trade as Mile just, man, he is on one right now. What do though? He's trying to answer back. Does put a couple shots into Mile, but is gonna have to back up. He's gonna turn away, but he looks there at the right time. But these trades continue to fly in. Fangs gonna be flashed up in heaven. Buttermilk.
Here we go.
Really nice with it. Bougie, they're just waiting for them to come up through heaven. It's just too easy for the Mother Lovers right now. 2 rounds away from a victory here on Nuke. And looking to put the silencer on Skyline.
So close. I mean, that smoke just disorients you as you come up through that ladder, right? So Radar and what do, right? Radar and what do right at the end, I think. Yeah. That just unable to find their footing, and they made that noise so quick that Other Lovers able to respond. So pistols back in the hands of Skyline here. So this is the play. Stack. You have to stack. No smokes on the side of Other Lovers. It's just a shooting gallery here. Mild finds 3, finds 4 on for the ace now, and he's trying to hunt Jay. Not long for this world as Panda takes him out, and match point for the Mother Lovers. Skyline, if you got any juice left in the tank, now is the time.
Well, it's got to be perfect from here. I mean, you're asking for 6 rounds in a row. I mean, it's not impossible, but how many times have we seen that? It's going to be tough, but you never know. Hope springs eternal for Skyline.
This is the map to do it, though.
I do agree. I think there is a world where it happens, but you really need to make sure that you find value early. Maybe not how you want it to start, but you'll take the trade as Wild falls in the Fire and the Flames, but Mother Lover's still going really, really fast as Fuji somehow staying alive and backing his way up towards Fake Vent. 17 HP though,
No.
Knife out in the smoke. Please, Fuji. You don't want to do it! Oh my goodness, this Fang somehow survives. 4 HP, Bomb is still down, and Skyline still fighting. Jay with a nice double. Pure Penguin adding another one. In this 1v2, oh my goodness, what a spray transfer for Pure Penguin and the Mother Lovers. I loved what I saw. My goodness, 13-6, what a win. My God.
Pure Penguin had the craziest spray right there. Skyline just drops down onto that A site, and they just aren't able to find that kill hidden behind the small box there, right outside of Squeaky. GG, both sides. That was a tough match.
That was a good one.
That was a really good one. A lot of exciting plays, a lot of kind of explosions onto different sites, and a lot of easy space taking, which allowed for some good duels. And congratulations to the Mother Lovers for the win. Meanwhile, Skyline going to take this one on the chin as they pray that potentially they can sneak into the playoffs here in the main division. And another great night of Counter-Strike here, Evan, at True North Studio, buddy.
Always a good one. Always a good one. And yes, unfortunately, Skyline's fate not in their hands anymore, is they're going to need a little bit of help to punch their ticket potentially into playoffs. And I mean, Mother Lovers, I mean, this was a good test to get yourself ready for playoffs and looking pretty good. I mean, how many times were we calling out, how many solid plays that they were making? I think both teams, really had their moments to shine in this one, but obviously Mother Lovers coming out a little bit stronger at the end, and you kind of said at the end there, I wish we had replay tonight, because that spray transfer at the end was nasty. That was one of the better spray transfers I've seen in a little bit, at least in ESEA play. So really, really solid stuff. We're wishing both of these teams good luck as they look to make to the playoffs, but yes, unfortunately, that is it for us tonight at True North Studios, and it was a good one. And got to give some shout outs to the crew tonight. Thank you, Hayden Phaser King, for being on the desk with me tonight. Always a fun time. We have Lelo Yuji Masalela on the observing sticks tonight. Always good to get that in. And Carl Varsiel Godin on the director's chair. Once again, our stalwart director, putting in some good work as well. And thank you, dear viewers, for watching us tonight. And we appreciate the support from our partners over at Third Sight and Counter-Strat. Got to give them a shout out as well. And Phaser, I don't know when we're coming back. I don't know when the next True North game is going to be. I don't know if you have any inside info for the folks at home.
Yeah, we're gonna see. We might, since the ESEA regular season is ending, we're gonna weigh our options here at True North Studio. We're gonna figure out kind of what happens next, but it'll be a little bit. But stay tuned to our socials. You can do !socials in chat for all of our updates here at True North Studio. We are going to be back sooner rather than later. But Evan, nobody thanked you tonight for
thanks.
being on stream tonight.
Thanks.
So thank you for casting and being an anchor point here on True North Studio streams. So we always got to thank our sponsors at Counter-Strat and Third Sight. You can do !Third Sight or !Counter-Strat in chat as well to visit their websites, learn more about what they do for us here at True North Studio. But besides that, that's it, my friend. We are out of here, and we will catch you guys in the next one. Have a wonderful night, everybody.
fault line. You'd think that I'd get used to the shaking. I wake up in the dark, imagining everything I own breaking as I lose my grip. I've been dreaming in color. I wake up wishing harder for you. Full lines breaking under my feet. Oh, alright, I'll get used to this eventually. Don't hold your breath for me. Full lines breaking under my feet. Oh, alright, I'll get used to this eventually. Someday you'll see. Full lines, 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 breaking under my feet. Oh, it gets quiet in the dark. I get closer to an answer, then everything blurs over, and I forget again. I want to land on solid ground, feel the earth underneath me. I fell for you harder. You will always remember, won't you? You made these fault lines break under my feet. Oh, alright, I'll get used to this eventually. Don't hold your breath for me. Fault lines breaking under my feet. Oh, alright, I'll get used to this eventually. Someday you'll see. Fault lines, 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 breaking under my feet. Oh, it takes everything I've got to bend with the waves as they crash in. The wind is howling and the earth splits open again. Ooh, fault lines breaking under my feet. Oh, alright, I'll get used to this eventually, but don't wait for me. Fault lines breaking under my feet. Oh, alright, I'll get used to this. I'll get used to this eventually.